Okay, so I'm just starting off here by applying my moisturiser. I just use the simple one. Next, I'm just taking the Benefit Professional Primer just to minimise my pores a bit. I haven't seen many other people do this, but I always outline the top of my brows just with my foundation before I do them, just so later whenever I'm adding my foundation there's not a big line. I'm just blending out any harsh lines here with a foundation brush. I start off by brushing through my brows with the Makeup Forever Brow Gel in the shade 35. When I'm doing a more defined brow, I usually use the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. It's kind of like a gel sort of consistency, and I just find it easier to work with, and I use the shade 25. I always start at the arch of the brow, so here I'm just making it a little bit more defined. Then I move on to the baseline. I usually start about 3/4 of the way over. I just want to say here, like, I've not had my eyebrows done in about 3 months, and I've just been kind of doing like really fluffy brows, so it's quite hard to do like really defined brows with all these like wee bits below, so if they don't turn out that great, that's why. Here I'm carving out my brows with the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C1. The best way to get it nice and precise is just to use a flat brush with a straight edge on it. See, because I have such thick brows as well, like not even thick, like I've got such coarse hair. Whenever I put like concealer or whatever on it, you can see each individual hair and it's so annoying, but I feel like on a lot of other people's brows they wouldn't really have this issue. So you can kind of just cover like those wee hairs underneath with concealer, but mine just makes it even more noticeable, so that's fun. If you're wondering why it looks like I'm talking to myself, I had music blasting and I was singing along to it. I'm not a weirdo. I'm just going back in with my Aqua Brow here just to get the shape back that the concealer's taken away. To prime the lid, I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade Rimmer 01. This is the best base, I honestly wouldn't use anything else. I just pack it on with a fluffy brush and then press it into the lid with a flat brush. For this full eye look, I'm using the Stacey Carnival XL Pro palette. So I'm starting off by packing on the shade Haul, just in a circular shape above my lid, just in the crease. It's important to build up quite a lot of colour to start off with. It will look crazy to start, but once you've blended it out, it'll look fine. Trust the process. Next, I'm taking a clean fluffy brush just to get rid of any harsh edges. I just softly blend the edges out. Next, I'm taking the shade Slow Burn on a slightly fluffier brush just above that dark colour. You don't want to take it too high, it's just to get rid of the harsh edge and just get a nice blend. As you can see, I'm just using a back and forth motion to blend. It's important that you do spend quite a lot of time blending because it's worth it in the end. I'm just going back in with that first shade Haul. Whenever you blend, you can lose the pigment a wee bit, so it's always important just to go back in and add that darkness again. I'm back in again with Slow Burn. It's a pretty repetitive process, but you do need to just keep going back in with each colour just to add intensity. Just to further blend those colours out, I'm going in with the shade Shuffle just over the top of that Slow Burn, just slightly above it. I wanted to add a shimmery shade to the lid, so for a base for that I just used the Revolution concealer again on a flat brush just in the middle, just for a sort of spotlight effect. The shimmery shade I used was called Splendor from the same palette, and it was a gorgeous coppery colour. I actually loved how it turned out. The next step is going back in with the shade Haul just along the edges of the spotlight, just so there's no harsh edges. When I'm wearing lashes, I always go in and do a thin line of black liquid liner just to blend the lash band in. Here I'm using the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Black Trooper. Just before I apply lashes, I'm applying Their Real mascara by Benefit to my top lashes. I don't apply it to the bottom ones just until after I've done the underneath eyeshadow. These lashes are in the style Olivia by Pinky Goat, which you can get in Superdrug for £10. I am like a ghost at the minute, I'm so pale, so I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Eyebrow. I do my face section by section, so I start off on one side, blend that out, and then go round like a clock sort of thing. For under my eyes, I'm taking the same Revolution concealer in the shade C1. I just do it in a triangle shape, blend it out with a flat brush, and then I always go in with my beauty blender just to make it nice and smooth. I'm just setting under my eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I start off just doing under my eyes and then I move on by lightly dusting it around the rest of my face just to set everything. After applying powder, I always go back in with my tinted brow gel just to brush through the brows again in case I've got any powder in them. Okay, so for underneath the eye, I always just use the same shades as I did above. So I'm starting off with that first dark shade Hall, and then you just do the exact same thing. You blend out with Slow Burn and then the shade Shuffle. For inner corner highlight, I'm just taking MAC's Nylon eyeshadow. And then I'm just coating the bottom lashes. Please remember to do this because before I've went out with no mascara on the bottom lashes. For bronzer, I always use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Gimme Sun. I always start out in the middle of my ear and then bring it into the middle of my eye, if that makes sense. You always start from the outside and work your way in. I then just bring it onto my temples and my forehead just to make me look a wee bit less pale. I then decided to contour my face a bit more with the Benefit Hoola bronzer. Just because it's a cool tone bronzer, it helps to define the cheekbones a bit more. And then I'm just going over everything just to make sure there's no lines. Here I'm taking the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Coralina just on the apples of my cheeks and blending that into the bronzer. I always set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. For highlight, I always use the Doll Light Duo and I use the darker shade Shine Bright. I just put this on my cheekbones, my nose, pretty much anywhere actually. I just love having a glowy face. My favourite lip combo of all time is the MAC Strip Down liner and then Creme de Nude on top. Today I did Creme de Nude and then in the centre I used a bit of Velvet Teddy. Then I'm just going in with a clear gloss from Primark. It was literally like £1. So this is the finished look. Hope you all liked it and thank you for watching.